And now breaking news coming in. This is related to Indian economy. The IMF has revised India GDP growth estimate for the financial year 2025-26 to 7.3%. Remember, earlier advance estimates had also put it for 7.4%. And now growth is revised upward by IMF 0.7% point to 7.3% for 2025, reflecting the better than expected outturn in the third quarter of the year and strong momentum in the fourth quarter. Now, growth is projected to be moderate to 6.4% in 2026 and 2027 as cyclical and temporary factors wane. And joining us now on the phone line is India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal. Aishwarya, IMF has revised its estimate, and also it seems that a better corporate earning and a strong economic momentum are contributing to this.
Right, what we are seeing, Anjali, at the moment, very strong growth, and IMF in fact has revised India's GDP estimate to 7.3, and 7% is something that most of the world economies at the moment, unfortunately, are struggling to achieve. But India is that one shining spot which has been able to do so, and especially when we speak about the growth that we have seen over the past many years. Growth revision if we speak about it, has been increasing year on year. So the growth now has been upraised by 0.7% to 7.3% for 2025, which means that India is amongst the brightest spots. This is something that most of the economies, unfortunately, until at the moment are struggling with. And it is the IMF which is now saying that India's growth, it expects the GDP to be around 7.3% for 25-26. So a huge, relief for all those who are very keenly looking at Indian economy.
Right. Aishwarya, do tell us another thing that we do know, of course, this leads to a major growth in terms of, not just growth in terms of morale boosting, as you rightly pointed out, but can you also tell us that with the revision of these estimates, how does it impact the FDI coming into the country or the general mood, which is global mood of other countries that are high on investing? How does it impact that?
Well, Anjali, we have been looking at the policies that the government has been making, and for the past many years, Prime Minister Modi and the BJP, they have been saying that now is the time when we should make those policy changes, because once we do the policy changes, then we will see India moving from being a developing economy to being a developed economy. So that's the idea that the government has in mind. When we complete 100 years of independence, that is 2047, so by that time, India should become a developed country. That's the reason why we are seeing these policy changes happening. We also saw how a big push was being given, not just to infrastructure, but even to startup ecosystem. That's something that, the BJP has been pushing for, and that's what we also have been looking at. So we will see how these policy changes will continue. The BJP is very, very clear that they want to make sure that there are changes that happen, and also they want to make sure that we move on the path where we, make this slide from moving from being a developing nation to being a developed nation.
Right. Thank you very much, Aishwarya, for all these details.